Welcome to our fall teaching series, How to Quiet a Hurricane. I am so excited about this series because I believe it speaks directly to one of the big issues of our lives. That for so many of us, we haven't actually built the internal framework that can handle the storms or the trials or the challenges of life. And listen, I want to tell you this, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, storms are coming. There are challenges, there are trials, there are difficulties in life. And if we don't prepare ourselves spiritually, we find ourselves cracking, crumbling, falling apart. And so what will you do when your faith is tested? I think some people lose their faith, right? They just actually lose their faith, walk away from God, walk away from community. Some people compartmentalize their faith, where they say, well, I'm just not going to think about how this tragedy or this struggle applies to God. And that actually cripples the power of the gospel in our lives. But what if instead of losing our faith or compartmentalizing our faith, we learned to deepen our faith? What if together we could actually deepen our faith, wrestle with God and with each other through the challenges and the trials and the struggles of life? How to quiet a hurricane. That's what we're going to be talking about. When the hurricane comes, God can actually teach us to live an overcoming life, a life of peace in a storm, a life of victory through challenges. And so we're going to be talking the next few weeks about how weakness is actually the starting place for strength, how the promises of God can get us through those trials. You're going to be hearing from different people at Community Group each week through these videos, and then we're going to be studying these ideas, building what we'll call a theology of suffering, where we actually understand how do I process suffering in a way that glorifies God and that gives us the power to overcome. I'm so excited about this series. I believe God's going to use these next 6 weeks to change your life. I want to encourage you, when we talk about change here at Vox, we always think about it through a model. Call it a working model of change. And it deals with the 3 different ways people grow. We grow in our heads, we grow in our hearts, and we grow with our hands. Now, what do we mean by that? When we talk about heads, it's about learning to see the world through a biblical worldview, learning to restructure the mental maps of how we interpret life. When we talk about our heart, we're talking about spiritual disciplines, how we grow our affections and our love for God. And we talk about hands, we talk about how we actually engage together in community and serve others. And when we do that, our own lives and our own spirits are transformed. And so head, heart, hands, you're going to be hearing more about that over the next 6 weeks. But I want to encourage you, fully engage because it's only by the power of the Holy Spirit in the context of community that we experience real life transformation. And here's what I believe, that over these next number of weeks, you are going to grow. God bless you.